And this is a mental health moment with Rogers Memorial Hospital. Mental health issues affect a lot of young people. In fact, studies show 1 in 5 kids ages 13 to 18 live with a mental health condition. Unfortunately, many of those kids keep it a secret, and the majority feel symptoms for 8 to 10 years before they get help. Sue McKenzie is the program director of Rogers in Health, and Brenda Wesley is with NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness. She also supports drama and dance to help get kids talking. Great to see both of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
We know that May is Mental Health Month. One of the things I was reading is that part of the awareness part of it is helping get people to talk to their doctor or a mental health professional about things that are bothering them. So part of the awareness is not just understanding it, but also really encouraging those first conversations. And speaking with that, a lot of people wonder when it's appropriate for kids to be talking about the challenges that they're facing. So let's start just with this basic question of, should young people talk about what's going on with them? Is there an upside? Is there a downside to it?
I think we probably can all talk about the downsides, right, of telling anyone anything about ourselves. But when we look at stigma, we look at 2 different kinds of stigma. What do others think of people living with mental health challenges, and what does the person themselves think about themselves? We call that self-stigma and public stigma. And what we know is the answer to both is pretty much the same. That when I get to know someone living with a mental health challenge as a human being who's got a lot of wisdom based on their experience, that I begin to see them much more as a person, and the diagnosis starts to fade away, and that's how we change stigma. And then also, if I'm able to stand confidently and share this wisdom that I've gained through challenge, through my own experience of recovery, I stand a little bit taller, and I feel better about myself and present myself in the world that way. So now let's dial it back to 15-year-olds, 13-year-olds. They're making daily decisions. What do I say to my teacher? What do I say to my friends? Should I tell my grandma? And so while we know that if they can do that from a place of strength, I've facing some things, I'm working through them, I've got some help, maybe I'm seeing a therapist, maybe I've got a great mom who's been helping me through some stuff. If they can do that, it's going to actually help them in their own recovery to be able to be open and honest and proud of the work they've done. And so that's a program that we actually offer. It's for all ages, but we focus a lot on youth to help them to make careful decisions, because you don't want to tell everyone. And you don't want to tell any one person everything. So that's a lot of decisions to make at a time when you might be thinking, oh, I feel some shame around this in the first place.
And I know the key you feel is that support, that people can stand confidently and talk about it if they have the right kind of support and making good choices about who they share it with, and being honest, but also being open and proud. Brenda, let's talk about the approach that you use with drama and dance to get young people in the community learning and more educated, more aware of these things. And a bit about the pieces In My Own Voice play. How are young people being exposed to it?
We actually book schools that we go into. We have a cast of about 7, and we address primarily some of the major mental health disorders. And we talk about what it's like to live with these disorders and what stigma looks like. But one thing that we encourage is that we encourage recovery and to talk about your journey. And if you can be a friend to someone, or if you're dealing with a mental health disorder. And I believe that the arts is a wonderful way to broach an issue that people would otherwise not want to talk about it. You use theater, music, and dance, and educational messages, and you really get people engaged, and you open them up to having a discussion, because usually we have a discussion after the production, and the kids talk about their journeys, which has been fabulous.
It's done for the school year, so this production currently isn't something that people can see. They can find out more at the NAMI website.
Yes, they can.
But then once the school year starts, it will pick back up again, right?
Yes, absolutely. And we're going to be working with Sue and Wise and Rogers in regards to Open, Honest, and Proud, because once we get the kids to talk, we want them to be able to go to the next level of when to disclose and when to talk and what to say. So we want to offer students more of a support after the production.
I love that. And Sue, you've brought the voices of young people and teachers. You have a brief video. Can you kind of set it up for us so that we can see it?
Sure. So on the WISE website, you can get the Honest, Open, Proud curriculum and workbook. And there's a couple videos. And I'm going to show just one aspect of the video. We have one where both teens and a teacher talk about the cons, why they themselves thought they shouldn't tell anyone what was going on with them, and then the pros of what actually happened when they did open up. And so we're just going to look at their experience when they decided, okay, I'm going to trust and talk to some people about what I'm going through.
All right, let's take a look.
It's something that we don't talk about, and that makes people really nervous because now we have to face the issue and come up with solutions. So it's important for us to like go through these steps, understand those steps, and talk to the people around you.
You get like a rush out of it, I guess, for telling people, because if you see them struggling and really dragging themselves down, and then you can tell them like your story and what happened to you, make you feel happier yourself.
But you got to find the strength, and you come forward and you say, I need help. And when you do that, and the doors open, and I'm going to tell you, for me, when I did that, the weight that drops off your shoulders, when you know you don't have to walk this trail alone anymore. Huge. Just huge.
Yeah, wonderful, wonderful testimonials there that when people find the right person, the right relationship to open up to, you can really see that that's where healing begins. Thanks to both of you so much for being here. During Mental Health Month, we're going to encourage you to help spread the message about the importance of addressing mental health issues and concerns early, because with proper treatment and support, millions of people are achieving recovery and happiness. And you can learn more about treatment by going to the Rogers website. It's rogershospital.org. You see it there on your screen. To see more stories of recovery, which are wonderful, you can go to rogersinhealth.org. Again, thank you both so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.